All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to At a Time, our weekly FPL podcast. Mike, we did touch about it earlier, but it's going to be a better week. Well, it was a better last week. The wildcard points wasn't too great for you, but other than that, Chelsea made up for it.
Why must you rub salt in my wound?
Because I'm about to salt my own wounds now. You'll see what I'm about to say.
I normally want about 80 points minimum for my wildcard, and this is one of the first times that I didn't get that. However, I'm not upset because I know why I did my wildcard to set my team up. I probably too soon juniored it and went 1 week too early. I should be wildcarding this week with everybody. But I did manage to use my wildcard to beat a lot of price rises last week.
Yeah.
That people are now beating extra price rises this week. So there's method to my madness. So we'll see. I'll judge my wildcard over the next month rather than just on 1 week, I think.
It's a good mentality to have. It'll also not make you so demotivated to play if you had a bad wildcard week. I know one of our friends was struggling with his wildcard week as well, but I mean, he's not far off. I think he's second behind me now in our other smaller league, private league.
And we see, well, the three of us are 6 points away from each other. So it's in a sense, it's the tightest league. And if you listen to a lot of different content creators, a lot of the ones I'm listening to, none of them are, not like all of them are saying, yeah, wow, we're at the top 30K of the whole world. Everybody's struggling out there.
Yeah, it's a tough season.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's not like bad. It's just weird. It's imbalanced. There's so many more price changes, so many more than I've ever experienced in the last 8 years.
So many more.
Years.
Madison went from 7.5 to 8 or 7.9, but you know what I mean? Like, it's a big jump for 7 weeks. Quick jump.
I was thinking about why, and it might be the popularity of the game, because we're in this phase now where FPL as a digital product is more consumable by
more
a younger generation.
Yeah.
That's tech, savvy. An older generation everybody might not have been so tech savvy, but your new football consumers are maybe more tech savvy, so they in it. And
I think the EAFC game brought hype to it as well, because they've broken away from FIFA and they've had to force this new product and had to market it. So football's really been everywhere for the last couple of months, if you think about it.
Yeah, I'm a teacher. My side gig teaching. Well, so the kids at school are quite smitten by things like Mbappe and Haaland.
And Mike teaches in Canada. It's not even in Europe. So that's on the other side of where football exists.
Yeah, kids who are not growing up in a football culture, but they're running around the school screaming Ronaldo and Sui. I asked them yesterday, who's your favorite superhero? I'm teaching about the Celtics in Britain, and I'm talking about legends and myths and things like that. And I'm asking who's their superhero as the start of the question. No, they don't want to tell me superhero. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. Sui. That's all I hear. Canada, bro.
It's not about winning World Cups. It's about winning catchphrases.
There were some strange things that happened over the weekend.
I have to start off every podcast by bragging about my calls because it's been going well so far. Until I get it wrong, I will humbly take a slice of pie. But until that day, Morris, thank you very much. Even though he scored once, he could have. But I mean, he scored where Haaland didn't, so I'll take it.
But here's the thing. The people who were brave enough to captain him, they're the real winners. Because you bring him in, you captain him in, and Haaland blanks, that extra 10 points over that 4 points,
it closes that
would
gap.
have been a big. And either it was the silliest thing to do to captain Haaland, and we need to talk about that today. We need to talk about who to captain, because for the first time this season, I don't think it's not Haaland. It's 100%.
But you say that, and he's playing against Arsenal, and he's going to get a hat trick because you said that.
Yeah, so
it's still points.
Okay. Arsenal need to be pegged back a bit. So what was your call that you were so proud of?
So obviously the Morris pick was good because he got 10 points, which was better than Alvarez and Haaland. So not bad. I held on to Saka as well, which most people got rid of him. He paid off. He scored. He got a nice fat lump sum of 9.
Hold up. Saka gave his 2 penalties to 2 other players. He would have scored a 20-plus haul if he had taken his 2 penalties, but he gave them away like a man at a candy store, giving away.
I think he should have got bonus points for that humbleness.
But for charity, for messing up our FPL league.
Assist. He assisted.
And just on that Saka thing, I sold Saka, and obviously I regretted it in that moment. However, not only did he drop in price, but also, worst of all, he got injured last night.
Oh, that's why I sold him after the weekend.
Well, that was good because
yeah.
a lot of people were saying, look, hold him. He's going to play no matter what. Arteta played him even though he was on one leg. Now he has no legs left because he got injured. He's not playing this weekend. I'm almost certain of that.
No. As soon as that, I don't know when I put it on X, I was like, Wildcard active, done. Retweet with the at a time account, done. Because, yeah, that's when I took him out.
Did you?
And then, yeah.
Did you get him before the price rise? Price drop. Did you get him out before the drop?
Yeah.
Or the drop
I sold him for 8.6. No, I sold him for 8.6. And then he dropped, and then it was 8.5.
Nate, can you just explain to listeners who don't know the benefit of why you would do Wildcard this week in terms of price drops and rises? Like,
so the idea behind it is to try and catch players that you potentially want to bring in. You want to catch their price before they actually go up so you don't lose money on them. It's also to potentially catch a double increase. So, for example, if you got a 4-mil defender that did really well on the weekend, you bring him in on that Sunday. He goes up by 0.1 that evening, and then he goes up by 0.2 on Tuesday or Monday, and then you've sold him because you don't need him, and you've made 0.1. And that 0.1, as little as it sounds, is insanely vital and has screwed over many a manager before.
There's this one manager I know who's short 0.1. I don't know if you know this guy, Nate the Great.
Guys, I was too focused on everyone else and forgot the main man, the Egyptian god, the Saudi prince to be soon, maybe in January. I forgot Salah, man. What a dumb man. What a dumb play. I'll eat that.
It's because of everybody playing their wild card that
he skyrocketed.
Went up.
Yeah.
And just recapping over saying Arsenal played last night or yesterday. Arsenal lost yesterday 2-1.
Facts.
Okay?
Yeah.
And Man United lost as well. But Arsenal lost away. For me, when you play in away, a tough game, and you lose, and Starboy's injured now,
form
to me,
changes.
That is not a good sign for that Man City game. I back Man City now to come good against Arsenal.
Yeah.
But that's still me. I still not captaining Haaland this week. So.
Well, that being said, I have taken out Saka, so I don't have any more Arsenal assets in my team. I've also taken out Gabriel.
But Arsenal has a very bad run. That's the thing as well.
Yeah.
Their run right now is not favourable, and a lot of people were saying hold Saka over the run because he's fixture proof, but he's not injury proof. Actually, not too bad. It's only Man City and Chelsea and Newcastle over the next 5. It's not bad actually.
No.
Maybe bring him in.
Well,
let's
talk about some key points other than the weekend football. Let's talk about. We're going to talk about this in a wildcard video, but we'll transition it nicely.
Well, let's just mention a couple of things that happened over the weekend. Number 1, Watkins, 6-1. Did you have Watkins? No. Did I have Watkins? No. We should have had Watkins, but everybody is trying to get Watkins in their team right now. You are going to try to get Watkins in your team, aren't you?
No, he's in my team. I brought him up after he scored his hat-trick. So I got him at 7.9. He's now 8. So.
The run is amazing. He's probably one of the top fixture FDR runs. Just green everywhere. He got 3 goals and 2 assists in another big haul this week. Tell me why, can I afford to not have Watkins? And if I don't have Watkins, who can I cover for in the midfield?
All right.
Or do you double up?
What, with Diaby?
Well,
that's what I've done. I have doubled up with Diaby and Watkins. I think if you cannot afford Watkins, you stay with Alvarez. Although, I do think Alvarez is due for a rest, so I'd just be careful. But it's not a bad player to keep in your team in the long run.
It depends what happens today. We've got to keep an eye on the Man City game.
Yeah. But I would not be against doubling up. I'm doubling up. I know you're probably going to try and double up. GW8 and Watkins, I think they've got a very good run of fixtures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks of green, baby. Nothing but green. So
I don't know if I will, because I can't afford to bring Watkins in. I can't make the money everywhere else. I will tell you, the player that I'm getting over Watkins where my money is stripped is Trippier. Because, and we'll talk about him in a bit, but I feel Trippier is essential, in my opinion.
Let's do this. Let's just completely 180 this podcast and not do anything we discussed about. And on the take, let's compare our wildcard draft teams or this team going into each other's week so people can see where we're thinking. Because I don't think our teams are going to be the same. Give them an idea of what we're thinking, what they can choose, and then we'll transition into a wildcard video. What we have in front of us now, for those that are still listening, because I think I'm going to insert this, is that we have a blank canvas, beautiful picture to paint. Mike's going to pull up some players and we're going to talk about them. If you are not or have not watched the video yet on YouTube, check it out. It'll be included in the podcast and it'll be a separate video for your convenience. You're welcome. So Mike, take us away.
Now, what I was saying is, we start with the budget of 100, but I think a fair budget would be at 101. Just considering lots of people with the price rises would be about at 101. But we'll start with 100 and see what we can do. Now, you say Salah is the first name on your team sheet.
I think so, yes.
I will raise you a Salah, meet your Salah, match your Salah, and raise you a son.
I will then call your son. Both of
Eli?
those. Oh, that was a good one. Son and Salah. Do it.
Here's the thing with Son, okay, is his fixtures are better than Salah's right now. Mm-hmm. He's the person I'm captaining this week. Mm-hmm. He's got all green.
Did you look at my team? Why are you captaining him? I'm captaining him.
We're all going to be captaining him. I just mean, if you look at his form, his fixtures, the eye test, he's playing in the number 9 position, so he's out of position on FPL. If he keeps doing this, he's the first name on a team sheet right now. I
agree with you.
Now, who is next? Do you say Salah?
Okay, well, look, let's put in Haaland because we know that no one's going to change or get rid of Haaland. So I think you still need to keep Haaland whether you're wildcarding or not.
I don't know about that. I don't know if he's ahead of Salah.
It's fine. If he gets 2 points, that's you getting 2 points with everyone else. You see, the thing is, he's 92%. You can't not afford him, really. If you want to play safe and you got a good enough rank, if you want to gamble, take him out. So,
okay.
But me and you are keeping Haaland, so let's keep in Haaland in the draft.
Okay. Now, I would say that you should be doubling up with Spurs somewhere. Do we start with Udogie or Madison?
You saw my draft. Yes, I've tripled up.
You saw my team last week. I'm already tripled up.
Udogie, Madison, Son.
If we were going to choose, so we're going to go with both for now?
Yeah, let's do both for now.
Remember, everyone on the podcast, Spurs fixtures are insane. We are Chelsea supporters saying Spurs is the way to go.
I have to ask everyone, and you can let me know on X, you can at me, or you can leave it in comments or whatever, that I need your opinion on Bowen or Madison, purely because I've missed a rise and I need to find funds somewhere, but we'll post about that.
I see. No, but this is good because you're saying that if you can't afford Madison, Bowen might be the pick.
That's what I'm trying to weigh up, because I don't know if the rest of our draft, you'll see the rest of our draft now, and I don't think it's strong enough to justify a reason to keep Madison or Bowen, so we'll need to see based off the team. Like, what I mean is, I don't know if there's any other player that you can take out. I think Madison's fine, a safe bet to take out if you got Son.
Are you okay with throwing in Areola as our goalkeeper?
Yes, I also have Areola as my goalkeeper, and I would say for funds, Turner. And I would play Turner this week because of Areola's difficult fixture, and then I would swap back and leave Areola as my main keeper.
That's my goalkeepers, my friend.
Well, I've had Turner since Gameweek 1, so...
That's true. I've had Areola from Gameweek 1, so we compared it.
Well, so look at that. Take a page of each other's books. Yeah.
Just for everybody listening, those are Turner's 4.0, Areola's 4.2. Both are playing 90 minutes every week. And we're not necessarily saying they're the best goalkeepers, but we are saying that they are guaranteed to start at this point, which means there's a chance of some point somewhere. And we're taking the hit on the cheapest goalkeepers to make money elsewhere.
And defense consistency is weird this season because not many goalkeepers are keeping clean sheets. I mean, you'd think if you have Edison in your team, you got a clean sheet. Nope, lose to Wolves. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
So
You might as well have Turner if Edison's leaking. Leaky. Okay, now
this is where it gets controversial. Yeah, this is where it gets controversial because we know you want Trippier.
Okay, but before we go to Trippier,
we need staple pick.
Is there anything else besides Trippier that you say this must go in? It's the number 2 name on the team sheet for defense.
Matty Cash Money.
It's all about the money, baby. Yeah, put it in. We got Cash. And I would round it up with a defender as well. But I see now funds wise, and we might have to go back and change this if we run out of money.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Trippier is a must-have because Newcastle are in form. Yes, they went through their easiest 2 fixtures in Burnley and Sheffield, the 2 promoted teams. But look at him, 18-12.
18-12. Yeah.
It's 30 points in the last 2 game weeks.
38-3.
And his fixtures, West Ham is going to be tough. But because all of those games are tough. Crystal Palace not easy anymore. Wolves have now become,
And they were upset that you called them the whipping boys.
Yeah, they took it past. But we hyped them though after the first game.
Yeah, we did.
We said these guys look good. But anyways, for me it's Trippier. But I'm okay if we don't put Trippier in.
See, now this is the thing. Do you play Trippier instead of Maddison and then get Bowen to free up funds? You double up on Newcastle because I think Dan Burn is someone you need to have, considering the amount of injuries they've got to their backline now.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Dan Burn is not going to get much attacking returns. He's going to go more for clean sheets. The only attacking returns he had was when they dalared Sheffield. Not going to happen where you're going to get an 8-0 game again, often. So if you're going Dan Burn, you're going for clean sheet. But clean sheets are not really that good. Botman has a better attacking return, but Botman is injured, and I've kept Botman because I wildcarded into him last week before I knew he was 100% injured. But the news is that he's coming back after the international break, so we got to factor in that after this game week there is a break before game week 9, and Botman should be, fingers crossed, back by game week 9. So for me, if Botman is injured and Burn is only going to get you a clean sheet, if I can fit in Trippier because he's got the attacking returns,
right?
That's where I would go.
We'll put him in. Let's see what we end up with.
We're probably going to have to change this because we're running out of money.
Yeah, but it's fine. That's why we're going to play around. I think Addison is another good pick to have. Like you just said, Crystal Palace is not an easy fixture anymore. And
it depends. Because I would rather move away from defenders for a bit. And I like your Anderson pick. He's really good. But I'm going to challenge it a little bit. Okay? And this might make you think about Anderson, so I'm sorry.
No, please give me thoughts because I'd rather get out the defender than not play Maddison.
Crystal Palace have lost Eze and Olise. So up front, they are going to be weaker. All round they're going to be weaker and they will struggle. While I'm happy that they beat Man United, I think beating Man United was a very much Man United not being up to scratch, not Palace being so much better. And now with Eze injured on top of it, I'd stay away. What I am saying to you though is because we're so stacked already with those 3 defenders, none of them I consider bench fodder.
Yeah.
And I know we have lots of money to spend. I won't touch defenders yet because I want to see if we might need to fill in with your 3.9.
So your wildcard take is more traditional, get your main squad and then some bench fodder.
Well, the problem is that you have to be, if you're going to have Salah, Haaland, Son, And Trippier, there is no money left.
Yeah.
There's nothing left.
Which
You
is
have
why,
to.
that's why I've not gone Trippier, because I've gone for the more substitute, old school play, whatever I need to play to get the points based on that game week. So we'll see how this draft ends up, and then we can go from there.
Let's come back to defenders. Let's go to your forwards because that's going to be a lot of money. Are you saying that Watkins over Alvarez, it's a 1 million swing? Alvarez is more consistent than Haaland, but he's got the worst fixtures. But it's City. City generally not fixture proof, and we just said someone's scoring against Arsenal today.
Yeah.
I'm sure about that. On this
Well,
weekend.
I think if Alvarez plays today, he's due a rest. So it depends. I think you should get on the Watkins train.
What kind of train?
Because everyone is. So don't be left out. Just kidding. No, but on the real though, on the real though, he's got very good fixtures for the next 7 weeks. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's all green. What's the main thing about Watkins is that if you look at the game week 10, 11, 12, Luton, Forest, Fulham.
Yeah. Luton home, Fulham home. Yeah.
We're gonna eat. You're gonna eat like a buffet there. I think if I can't afford Watkins, I'm gonna put Diaby in as a stopgap and maybe look for Watkins in the next game week or two, maybe taking out Alvarez. But Watkins, you're right. The fixtures are too good.
So here's my third striker. And I think it's someone that's gone under the radar. It's Solanke. He's dropped in price, which means he'll be due for a rise soon if he scores. He's got a good run of fixtures for the next 3 weeks. And, I mean, come on. Bournemouth's form has to change at some point. And he's the only one that's Mr. Consistent for them at the moment. So why not?
I like him as
off
a
template
differential.
As well. Yeah.
Because he's only 2.4%. Just for the listeners out there, when we say differential, we're talking about a player that not the majority don't have, and you normally want a differential counts as someone who's less than 10% owned. And if you look on the top right, when you click on the player, it says his team selected by percentage. Solanke is 2.4%, making him a differential. Now, I will put him in now, but remember what I said about us running out of money in this team? We might have to come back and put
that's fine
Archer in his place to get money.
I would free up Trippier, but that's just me. But let's keep going.
Yeah, that was a good point. That's a good point.
To save money in the midfield, my last suggestion to you, to save money in the midfield, I will go with Mr. Khan's Chukwuemeka, Chelsea. The reason being, he is a 4.3 million player. He was 4.5. He's dropped to 4.3 because of the injury. He's back with the squad training. So he's going to be match fit and he's going to keep playing. Chelsea's form, as we've discussed, it's always form over price. You got to chase the form, not the price. Or the player points, you chase the form. So who else does it for Chelsea? Chukwuemeka comes back to that squad. I think he's going to come back having something to prove because Mr. Cole Palmer's got something that he's been proving. So I think the competition is going to be tight. Albeit our turn of fixtures is bad, but what other 4.3 midfielder you have if you want to look for funds to save? That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, this is true. But before we even fill him in, I need to answer some important question for me. The Egyptian God card, who you didn't have in your team and cost you, is not in our team here.
We'll put him in. I said it from the flipping beginning. Let's not waste time.
We've got Salah in there, but here's the thing. A lot of people are talking about rebalancing their team and saying, yes, Salah is necessary. But if you move to a Diaz, you save so much money that you can spread around. Almost kind of going, if you're choosing between Haaland and Salah. Because if you're keeping Haaland and you're going to get Watkins, you could also go Salah down to Diaz and Solanke up to Darwin Núñez, who's also been a bit. The eye test is good. Liverpool are good fixtures coming up. the new whipping boys, Brighton. Ka-ching, ka-ching. That makes me so happy to say that.
Yeah, payback's a bitch or something.
Nah, on Brighton. They're a good team, good manager. They sold really good key players, and now they're suffering from playing in Europe and playing twice a week.
Yeah.
And they're not used to it, traveling, and it's now caught up with them. And their fixtures turned super good from game week 10. Can we, Nate? Can we just touch on the fact that none of us have Estupinan in their team?
Oh yeah, stuff like that.
Yes, he did score an own goal and concede 6 goals this weekend. However, when the fixtures turn, there will be no one better in an attacking return sense as a defender. So
I want to add someone to your defense because we need money. 3.9 Taylor from Burnley.
Taylor over Lamperty.
Oh yeah, we just spoke about Brighton's form.
Is Taylor playing?
Yeah.
90 minutes, solid. This poor guy.
Well, you're going to steal my pick. I tried to bring in Lascelles as well for a little price, cheeky price rise, but that didn't work out. Because I thought he was going to... No, but he's going to keep getting minutes. And the world does not think further than what we tell them, I suppose. Because he's going to play. Because look at Newcastle's injuries. So
why aren't we putting Lascelles in there instead of Taylor?
Well, because in my lineup, I already have 2 Newcastle defenders, so I don't know if I want to triple up on Newcastle defenders. So it depends what your defense looks like.
This to save money for now. I'm gonna do that. Just see how much money we have left because we're out of cash here. Cash poor.
Oh, Matty Cash, what you doing, bro? Give us some money. Do you have?
Okay,
do we double up? Do we double up?
1000% yes.
That's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Well, it depends, right? I think if you have Watkins in your team, right, you don't have to double up because that space could be Diaby space could be Bowen. Diaby space could be that mid-priced, really good midfielder spot. For me, this week, I'm going in without Watkins. Diaby is a must-have. And I think
I agree. And I think if you can afford both, do it.
If we're going to talk about fixtures being amazing, okay, then
Aston Villa wins. For sure, yeah, but it's true.
But we don't have a West Ham player. And if you look at West Ham's fixtures, after this week tricky fixture, their fixtures are also green.
My word, for 10 weeks, bro.
Bowen is not a differential pick at 7.2, and he has been scoring decent amount of points. Do we need a West Ham pick? Or is there another midfielder that we're missing? No, just a note, there are no Man United players in this team. Just take a look.
I don't think it's bad, but you see, all right, for those listening, we're sitting on 2.5, which is a problem because no player's 2.5. So we need to really think about this. I think we do.
We go with your Chukwuemeka pick is what we do, because that will free up the funds at least, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So we got one benched midfielder. We got 2 benched defenders. So technically we're playing a 3-4-3.
Take out Trippier for me. I know it's against your belief system.
Yes. Yeah, I'm religiously attached to him.
And throw in an Anderson. This is one option, I would say. This is definitely one option. What did you say?
I would say that Trippier's returns will be higher than Solanke's returns.
Cameron Archer.
I'm saying I'd rather have Trippier in defense.
No, that's what I mean. So you take out Solanke for Archer and you play Cameron Archer.
Exactly.
So that's another draft there as well. Yes, yeah.
You go. So it's Udogie, Cash, Trippier, Son, Madison, Salah, Diaby, Haaland, Watkins. My problem with this team is that you always want a starting 11 out of your team. In this team, we have 4 players that are not starting 11 strong. So it's kind of short a player is the problem. And it may be that you are still right in that if we go to Trippier and we go,
Yeah, sorry to interrupt.
Your way's better. Your way's better because
just the starting players.
Because who did you want? Anderson. But it's dangerous to go without a Newcastle defender.
Well, that's why I wanted Dan Burn in there. But now I don't think we can afford him. But I wanted to say to you, I think Trippier falls into the category of Salah, Haaland, Trippier. Can you have all 3? I don't know. I think if you get Trippier, you'd go Diaz.
When you are putting a player in your team that's going to cause you anxiety like that, this is my test. If I don't have him in my team and he scores, how bad will I feel?
Okay. Good one.
That's the test. So, for example, if Diaby scores and I don't have him in my team, I'm going to be pissed off because I know that I should have had.
And we've just spoken about him, and we've just spoken about doubling up and all that stuff. Yeah.
If Saka somehow Arteta puts robot parts in him and makes him play this week and he scores, are you going to be upset?
No, because
we've rebalanced.
I was satisfied to take him out. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Saka is not going to cause me anxiety because he scored. We still playing a game we want to enjoy here. So for me, and this is where it's a personal thing. If Trippier scores, considering what I know of Trippier for the last couple of seasons, how well he's done over the last 2 games, and how good he is in an attacking sense, how good Newcastle are. The downside of Trippier, and let's be honest now, Newcastle also playing Champions League. Newcastle also playing twice a week. So
yeah,
it could fail. But how do I feel about Trippier playing, scoring, and I don't have him? Will it annoy me? To an extent?
Will it annoy you as much as maybe Solanke?
And how far away? We're gonna have to wrap this up soon. But how far away is Alvarez from Solanke? We can't afford this.
0.6.
If we were working on and a lot of people out there would have at least have 101. Do you agree with me on that?
I think a lot of people have 99.
They lost money.
I think a lot of people have lost money. I think a lot of people said in 99.6, 99.7.
Shame.
I think that's what we're catering for here, actually. Could be wrong.
Okay, well,
what are you sitting on, just for interest sake, for the listeners?
For me, I am sitting on... Don't look at my dates, joking. 101.1.
101.1. I am sitting on... Do you have any money in the bank?
0.3.
All right. I'm one of those unfortunate boys that have lost money.
How have you...
I don't know
why you lost... I know. We know why you lost money.
Let's not talk about it.
Your faith in Man United lost you that money. A stubbornness to get rid of them. Because Bruno got 2 holes, but he blanked everywhere else. Onana got 2 good clean sheet things, but again, he also just stuffed up all around. And all of those players dropped in price. Haaland, Rashford, Bruno, and Onana. And you lost money there, my friend.
I did. Lesson learned, I'm afraid.
You
take it on the chin, or you get burnt.
Okay, so for those in the podcast, this is our team. Please go check out our video, and maybe we'll post it as well. But I think we better wrap up over here. I hope everybody has a good wildcard week. And those who haven't got a wildcard, like me, I hope you beat some of the people who wildcard. I hope this has been helpful. Nate, thank you for sharing your dream wildcard with us here.
Dream, because I can't afford any of them.
I think, for me, your Anderson pick is going to be interesting this week. That's going to be It's going to be start the podcast with "I told you so."
Yep, you know it.
But thank you very
You know
much,
it.
everybody.